up in YouTube land. Testing from the Juanki ears, testing from the Juanki ears. Let me know if you can hear me. I've just arrived home. I am here to work. I'm here to work, literally and figuratively speaking. Let me see. Let me get the let me get the comments up. All messages, all massages. All right. I know y'all can hear me. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 test test test. I am. Let me see. Let me bring this apparatus closer to me. Where is this apparatus? The apparatus here. Testing from the wonky ears. Testing from the wonky ears. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Do you hear me? Where is my strainer? I am washing the rice. Let me just see here. Boom. Chat is on. Okay. I just got home and I'm here about to throw down in the kitchen. I'll be able to look at the screen in 1 second. Just get this going. First thing you gotta do is you gotta put that rice in. Put the rice in. I wash my rice 3 times. 3 times. But I use a cheat sheet here. Let's see. Um, it's not enough. No, there's a little more water. All right, I guess you can't hear me on the you can't hear me on the through the headphones, huh? I need my hands to be free so that I can cook. I'll just wait until I get a sound check. Uh, where is? It's gonna be an ASMR live. Where is the top? Here it is. Okay, so rice, bam. Rice is ready to rice. Rice. I use a rice cooker today because and it's white rice. Here we go. I'm using the rice cooker so that it can help. Testing from the wonky ears. Testing from the wonky ears. Can you hear me up in YouTube land? Let me take out the broccoli. I am making rice, beans, chicken, and broccoli. From scratch. So I got the chicken. I got the broccoli. I got the rice in the thingamajig. Uh, test 1 2. Test 1 2. Can you guys hear me? So I saw that I got a response to my video yesterday. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about it. Because that's what we do, and I'm here to work. A can of beans. I'm also doing some beans. Beans is so good for you. Goya. Y si es Goya, tiene que ser bueno. If it's Goya, it's got to be good. All right, got the Goya beans right here. I heard a certain swamp person, Castro Cannon, responded to my message, to my video last night. Shortly thereafter, right away. All right, now I am going to wash the beans. Usually, I like to do dry beans, and I cook them, let them sit in water overnight, and then I'm cooking. But on days like today, where I've been at work, oh yes, I work. This is why you don't get a video from me during the day because I'm at work. And since I'm at work, I'm working. Somebody else is paying me. I respect my workplace. You know, I don't have the luxury of being retired just yet, or the luxury of being in government systems as an able body, not only an able body, but an able mind, a sound mind, able body. There's a combination you don't see around here too often. A sound mind and able body. All right, when handling the chicken, ladies and gentlemen, I always use some gloves. No glove, no love. Okay, that was my motto when I was single and young and carefree. But okay, here we go. I got my gloves on, and I am going to go ahead and deal with this chicken. Before I deal with the chicken, I gotta get the seasonings out. We got pepper, oregano, black pepper, Mrs. Dash. Okay. Oh, I want to use this is organic oregano. I'd rather use the organic oregano. A little bit of smoked paprika, some garlic powder, some onion powder, and a dash of salt. And of course, our adobo. All right. We do stuff here with taste. We do stuff here with taste. Here we go. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna use. Bam, bam, bam. That's all the seasonings. All right, so um, Castro Cannon. If you guys did not hear my last video and why I was feeling the way that I was feeling, Castro Cannon backpedaled and pussy popped today. Drop a bomb on that. Shout out to mother. Okay, backpedaled and pussy popped. All of a sudden, I'm not talking about you. You know, if I wanted to talk about you, I would have said your name, which is false because we know Castro Cannon doesn't really have the mitigated gall or the balls. You know, he's just like the inflatable man at the car sales, at the used car sales place. You know, just going with the wind, whatever, just wants to be liked and all of that, all of that. So, you know, he, of course, was not talking about me and how he. First of all, I said that 90% of the reads that he was doing were for Jay Wilson. But even in it being for Jay Wilson, because he's such a pussy, he didn't even mention Jay Wilson's name. You know what I'm saying? Like, sir, we know how you behave around these streets. We've been watching for a long periodical of time. We know, we know. You know, or is it because when you fell and got hit outside the head, did uh did you think that we forgot everything? Like, did you forget everything about how us knowing how you are? Like, no, come on. All right, you said what you said. Okay, you alluded to me. Yes, you did, because ain't no other bitch with some airplanes and aircrafts and uh lounges and shit last week when you made your comment. And I mean, he called me a dog. Well, I'm not a dog. I've not started biting yet. So I'm not a dog. But it's okay. It's all right. Listen, Castro Cano has had a difficult 2025 and is gearing up to be a more difficult 2026 if these programs get cut off and he's just at home watching movies. Today he was watching porn. He was talking about, oh, there's a lot of kissing in this movie and this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something, Castro Cannon. Don't get on my radar. You know I have a problem, right? You know I have a response issue. I've been very honest about that. You know, acceptance is the first step to recovery. I accept that I have a response issue. You know, you might just say a little sly shit here, and then I may not know how to act. And for the next, you know, 12 months, I may just drag you video after video after video. And then one day I just wake up and I'm like, you know what? It's a beautiful day out. I'm done. And then I'm done. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, the grown adults that were in my grown ass chat yesterday, just enjoying uh the shift, the work shift that I did, the quick shift that I did yesterday because I was here to work, I want you to know that Castro Cannon has given you full permission. Oh, he said it because apparently y'all need permission to be in my chats. Okay, full permission to be in my chat and full permission to laugh if you wanted to laugh at some of the reads. He said that you have his support and his permission to do that because apparently you needed his permission. You know, apparently he pays your internet bill, and so he is the one to tell you who you can visit or not. See, he said in his video that you guys should not feel ways or feel embarrassed or concerned that he might catch you in my live, perhaps even enjoying some of the commentary and some of the jokes and he and ha ha. He wanted to know that you have his permission. That's why he said permission, grown ass people, permission to be in any of his haters. And I don't know why he called me a hater because simply there's just nothing for me to hate on when it comes down to a Castro Cannon. Not even the free government check that he gets. Drop a bomb on that. The Social Security? No. Certainly not the health profile. Absolutely not. There's nothing for me to envy or be mad about or want that he got. Like, not the singing voice, not the serenades, the videos, like all of that of serenading, not the cooking skills, not one bit. Mm-mm. You eat way too greasy, young man. Way too greasy, way too swampy for me. It's the swamp style type of food for me. Okay? That paneling and shit. Like it's just all them little pots and plastic Tupperware that came from Dollar General. He got the what's that called? The butter containers. Like every container becomes a Tupperware. You know what I mean? So certainly not that. I'm just trying to understand why would I be jealous or envy about, sir, young man? Hmm? I would like an answer. Okay. One thing that I hate is when you are doing the chicken, you gotta take out all that fat. I like to remove the fat from the chicken. Um, it makes me feel like it's healthier. Okay, now I'm washing my chicken, ladies and gentlemen. I'm washing my chicken. See, wash it, real good, real bad, real soon. It's chicken breast. Just chicken breast. All right. Now, after I wash the chicken real good, and yes, I'm wearing gloves. You should always wear gloves when you're handling chicken or just any type of food. Now I'm gonna take one glove off. I took the glove off so that I can season with the other hand. Season the items. And one thing that we're gonna start with in this chicken, we're gonna put a little bit of olive oil, and I like the extra virgin olive oil right here. Just put a little bit. It just helps moisten the chicken and also for everything to just like settle onto the chicken. Now I'm going to sprinkle some Mrs. Dash, salt-free Mrs. Dash. Okay. Oh, that sounds something else. But here it is. Okay. Then I'm going to put some of my grounded organic oregano. Okay, some oregano. There we go. There goes the oregano. Some onion powder. No, don't worry. I'm going to be having peppers and onions and all that in the recipe. But some pepper. Okay, some pepper. Pepper. Listen, we had a long day today, and we could have easily just ordered out from the restaurant, but I said no. I want Hulk to have uh, a good meal put together. All right, the pepper's there. garlic, a little garlic powder. Garlic is so good for you. It lowers your cholesterol. It helps you like your pores and stuff like that. It helps with digestion, and it's an anti-inflammatory. And now we're gonna go in with the Goya. Y si es Goya, tiene que ser bueno. It's the Goya. hmm This is the Goya right here. The adobo from Goya. This is the that yellow adobo. Adobo is all-purpose seasoning from Goya. There will be some soy sauce, but that's when you're in the dish already. So here we go. Okay. I want this chicken to be real seasoned, really good. I have this thing about chicken. I don't like chicken tasting like, for lack of a better term or better expression, I don't like my chicken tasting like chicken, if that makes sense. Like raw chicken, you know what I mean? I just like the flavors of the seasonings to be overpowering the meat. All right, so that's that. Now I'm gonna remove my other glove and I am going to wash the cutting board where I cut the chicken with soap because salmonella and all of that. You know, salmonella is real. But anytime you handle chicken, you gotta make sure you wash the surfaces and your utensils and all that. So here we go. Anyway, other than that, um, Castro called himself trying to respond to me. It was a weak response. It was backpedaling and pussy popping. Whether you were talking about me or not, we all know you were talking about us, people who have degrees and who do what we got to do and all of that. And, not everybody can sit with us type of thing. Like I said, 90% of his read was to Jay Wilson, but then he threw in there the flying and being in airplanes and stuff like that. And I'm the only one who's been in airplanes on the streets and streaming live last week, the week that he made the comment. So, I get it. He needed to come, and he came correct. He came, he got on his knees, and he kissed the ring. Drop a bomb on that. There's this thing with these certain homosexuals. They talk shit about me in the middle of the night. Then when I decide to blow up on their asses, I blow up on their asses, and then they come right here to Juanki's world, get down on their knee, and kiss the ring. Drop a bomb on that. I'm not making that up. It's the truth. It happened with a botch body build bitch. Did he not come by and kiss the ring and backpedal and pussy pop? Yeah, he did. Did it not happen with this honest hoe? The hoe rolled the hoe rolled the hoe. It absolutely did with this honest roll. hmm He got down and what he did? Oh, he kissed the ring. And now it happened with Swamp Man. Okay? From the swamp. All right? He got down. He came. Okay. Setting the pot where I'm going to do the beans. Some good Dominican beans for my hubby. He loves them. He loves my cooking. And my cooking loves hope. But yeah, then you want to act no, 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 no. Oh, if he wanted me to know it was me, he would have said it because he said it. No, young man, you are notorious for making videos and being so scared, so embarrassed, and so worried about being liked that you don't mention people. You don't mention people by their names. Never does. Never does. We're not idiots. We know who he's talking about because we know how they've been doing him and shit. So by process of elimination, if need be, but most of the time you don't need to process of eliminate. You know who the fuck you're talking about. All right. So for the beans, ladies and gentlemen, I like to drop in. It's a can of beans, right? I will put a little bit of the adobo that my mama makes. My mama makes adobo. No, not adobo. She makes sazon from scratch. A nice Dominican sazon. Which, by the way, I gotta bring this from the fridge because I right now I have because last time she was here, she made me like 5 bottles of sazon. And in her sazon, it's just a whole bunch of herbs and condiments and stuff. But I keep it frozen. But I realized I gotta bring this one out because I'm here just like scraping. That's the sofrito you're hearing. So 1 spoon of sofrito. Let me bring the fire down. 1 spoon of sofrito. Then half a red onion in there, and a pepper, just to have everything just sit there and get together. All right, and a little bit of water. Let everything simmer. Then you're gonna get a tomato paste, Hunt's paste, tomato paste. I go to BJ's and I get the big box. So because I use it so much when I'm cooking. One thing that I really would like to get better at, if anybody can, maybe just read my book, because just read my book cooks a lot. Um, when I'm cooking, I'm like a madman in the kitchen. I'm moving around. I'm doing 360s. I'm jumping around. I'm like, and by the time I'm done, it's like a fucking explosion went off. I would like, right now, I'm actually opening the tomato paste. I would like to figure out a system because when my mom cooks, when she's done cooking, the kitchen is still in, you know, like you could walk around and shit, like this room in the counter board and the counter desk and stuff like that. Not for me. For me, it's like a whole production, and it's something I wish I could get better at. See, Castro Cannon, that's something that I'm not good at. Keeping a tidy kitchen when I'm cooking. When I'm cooking, I'm a madman. The flavors are going. I'm putting together my contractions. You know, Especially when I'm cooking for my man. What you know about cooking for your man? I know you back with your abuser. So are you feeding him properly? Like, well, what's the tea? People want to know. People want to know right now I'm cutting some peppers because I am going to be doing chicken and broccoli, which means I actually should start getting the chicken in. Miss View is a view. Hello, hi. Can you give me a sound check, Miss View? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Miss View, before I give you the tea, there's some tea. There's been some recent events. Hey, Juanki Boo. Okay, good. There's been some recent events, Miss View. Castro Cannon has given permission to, and it sounds fine. Thank you. I'm on my headset. I call it the Juanki ears because I need my hands free, Miss View, because I'm cooking a meal for my man. Yeah. Listen, no matter how we just got home from our respective jobs, and we could have ordered out, Miss View. We could have just clapping back. I know, I know. I haven't heard the one that he's clapping back on, but did he use my name? Because he tried to play me like I'm some uneducated swamp person. I knew this was coming. I I'm just saying, Miss View. He acting like I'm an educated person and that I've not been around the block 15 times. Baby boy, no, just sung. Oh, he sung. Oh, he serenaded. He serenaded. Okay. Well, he was watching porn earlier. Oh yes, he was watching porn. He said the people were kissing and getting on their knees, and he was feeling ways about what he was watching, and he came through and tried to play in my face, talking about he wasn't talking about me, and backpedaling and pussy popping. Miss View, he came to Juanki's world, got on his knee, and kissed the ring, like I make a lot of these homosexuals do when they get out of line. Remember Botch Body Build Bitch? He came right to Juanki's world and kissed the ring a couple of years ago. Remember Honest Ho? This Honest Ho, Ho Ho Row Ho, the Ho Row. He came to Juanki's world and kissed the motherfucking ring. This is what I do, Miss View. It's what I do. They get out of line and I gotta check them. They get out of line and I gotta check them. Miss View, I am here cooking a nasty piece of meal for my husband. I am making him some white rice with um, some white rice with some Dominican red beans, and I'm also doing some chicken and broccoli. I've cut up the chicken breast. I seasoned it, and I'm about to start cutting the. I washed the broccoli earlier this morning with. I like to wash my veggies in a solution of vinegar or apple cider vinegar, so that it gets into the grooves and kills any germs or anything. Let's see. I did see that he said he wasn't talking about you, but seems like you were the only one flying across the pond with a college degree. Miss View, careful, Miss View. He gave you permission. He said that, he's watching. He said he's watching ya, but he allows you, Miss View, as a grown ass woman, also with college degrees and a full sorority experience and corporate America. He's giving you permission, Miss View, to be here and comment. And he said he's not going to take it personal, but to watch out because he may just be in the sky watching you. That's what he said. That's what he said. The video is up there unless he gets all nervous and takes it down. You know how they do. You know how they do. But that's what this man said. It's true. That's what he said. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm going to put the chicken into I have a hot pan right now, and I'm going to put this chicken in here. I put a little bit of olive oil. This is the seasoned chicken breast. I sliced it up. I'm making my husband and it's gonna have teriyaki, not teriyaki. It's gonna have a little bit of soy sauce, but we want to brown this chicken and cook it well. So here it is, and a little bit of olive oil. Okay. And I like to, when I put the chicken in the pots and stuff, I like to hit it one more time. I like to hit, and I may just put a picture of the meal because I'm into plating too. I'm into presentation. Oh, y'all thought I was just only presenting the sunshine? No, I don't just present the sunshine. Everything I do has to have a presentation. Okay. So I like to hit it one more time with the adobo right before I put the lid on for this chicken to get done. Castro Cannon, oh my dear Castro Cannon, come here, come here. You can get up from your knee. You kissed the ring already. You've already. Have I heard you cooking before? I don't think so. No, this is the first time. Well, you know what? I was inspired because I saw a certain. Um, I was gonna say, I was gonna say, I was gonna say so much, but there's so much going on in politics right now, Miss View, that it's best that I don't. But a certain migrant, I saw a certain migrant going back and forth with another dear content creator of mine, mother, about cooking shows and cooking challenges, and then I saw him in his home cooking with dirty nails and just a whole set of that. Like the health department needs to shut him down. Well, the health department would shut him down just because of the health profile, but I'm talking about the kitchen. The kitchen needs to be shut down. His kitchen needed to be shut the fuck down. I would never. Ricola, the Barbas cooking. Oh, Miss View, I put a little bit of squash in my Dominican beans. My husband loves the squashes. Where are they? Right here. So we took a whole pumpkin. What's the difference between pumpkin and squash? No, pumpkin and jack-o'-lantern or jack-o'-lantern. Three pieces, babe. I'm only putting three pieces in there. So I got a whole pumpkin, and then I cut it up and I froze it. And then I use pieces of the pumpkin in the Dominican beans. The key is not to put too many because then it does changes the consistency of the beans. So that's there. That's there. Now I'm going to cut the broccoli. That's already clean, but I want to cut it in smaller pieces because it cooks faster and it absorbs more of the flavor. Um, yeah, Castro Cannon, you are a joke, sir. You're a joke. You're upset, bothered. You got caught in the middle of the night, and now you want trying to backpedal and pussy pop. It's fine. You came here. You kissed the ring. You try to say that you weren't talking about me. Okay, and like I said, 90% of the read was to Jay Wilson. You also didn't mention his name. See, you're not known for mentioning names. You're not known. You want to be liked. Let's start with that. You want to be liked. You want to be liked. You care about what these strangers think about you. You absolutely do. You absolutely do. You wanted to be Hollywood famous. Oh, you thought y'all was gonna be the next vlogging couple. Mm-hmm. Until you realize, until you realize, you were with a mentally deficient uh boy. That's not a man, a boy. A mentally deficient boy. You know? But I guess the anal fellatio was good enough where you could put your safety and everything at risk for the anal fellatio and stayed in the situation. Then you play victim. You play victim. You wanted us. We saw the blood. Oh, the chicken is getting done right now, Miss View. I like to increase the heat, the fire a little bit more because I like my chicken brown. Ain't no pale chicken over here. Okay, I like a brown. So, Castro Cannon, we ain't got no beef. I hope you know. It's not personal, dear. Don't take it personal. Okay, it's not. It really is not personal. You try to be slick. I brought you to the carpet. You backpedal and pussy pop in front of these people. But I should know better because you're known for doing that. You're known for getting abused, used and abused and discarded like a youth prophylactic. And that's a condom. A prophylactic, that's a condom. You know, once you got ejaculated inside, then you are used and discarded. The many panels that Jay Wilson has used you and your life, your content, your material, right? And then what you do, you rent to your platform, you know, claim this is a lot of broccoli, Miss Viewers of You, so I will be saving some of this broccoli. I try to give Incredible Hulk and myself, I try to give us a veggie in every meal. Drop a bomb on that. I believe in veggies. I believe in the power of veggies. Yeah, I know I was a vegetarian for a long periodical of my time. And I'm the type of veggie eater, Miss View, that I want to have salads for breakfast. Oh yes, ain't no shame in my game. I can eat a nice piece of salad in the morning for breakfast at like 8 o'clock in the morning. I can eat a good cucumber, Savannah. Yeah, not just hoaxes, but a good cucumber in the morning before I get. And then a cucumber in the morning is so good because it I do that now. It's great. No, it's and there's certain veggies, Miss View, that are really good, like cucumber. I find that in the mornings, right? I get up, use the restroom, shower, um, do some morning stuff, and then I'll have like a cucumber as like my breakfast or whatever. It literally within like 20 minutes of me having a cucumber, I have to pee because it helps you release like water and stuff like that. So it's really good. The combos are endless. I prefer vegan and vegetarian food. Yes, but the misview, the challenge with the vegan because I was vegan for a while, and unfortunately, the vegan thing made me be B12 deficient. It made me B12 deficient to the point where I still do my B12. I had to do infusions, and I was taking the B12 out the butt at times with an injection. 50,000 what is it, mml, whatever that is, mlg, mgcs, 50,000. That's how high as those. And then I would be Superman. I was back in the day when I was like all over the place. Bicho has to do supplements. Yeah, I started with the pills, Miss View, when I went vegan because I was vegan for like 5 years. And but the thing about vegan is that people do it for different reasons. Like when I really learned what vegan was, because I went vegan and I really was just following the diet: no dairy, no meat, no dairy. I was doing fish, right? And then I met like in New York City, I met some real hardcore vegans, and like their reason for being vegan was completely different from my reason. My reason was just I wanted to have a snatch waist. I wanted to have that look, that glow. I also did feel that my energy was much better when I switched to being vegan, up to a point, because then my energy was a problem, and that's when they discovered that I was B12 deficient, and they started me on the pills. The pills were good up to like a certain point, maybe like 9 months. Then the doctor was like, okay, take it under the tongue. So then they gave me a liquid that it was under the tongue. And then that was good for like a year, year and a half. And then after that, the only thing that was really working was when I was doing intramuscle, which was up the butt. I will have to prick myself in my butt with a big ass, thick ass muscular injection needle, because those are different than the ones they give you at the hospital to just draw your blood or whatever. Those are thicker with a big ass, thick muscular um, needle to get. But then I was fucking Superman. I was. Oh my God, I was like, I could do anything. I could run a marathon on a daily basis. That's when I was walking from Wall Street all the way to my house in Harlem. That's over 150 blocks, New York City blocks. I would walk that Miss View like every day after I would get out of work. I would walk that 150 plus blocks to get home. It would take me like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Miss View says, being a woman, we tend to be anemic with those diets due to nature. Yeah. And then you guys got to be careful because I don't know if it's like the menstrual or what it is, but I know that you guys lose like calcium and at certain points you have to like take calcium supplements. My mom is on calcium supplements, especially when women hit menopause, I think they have to supplement a lot more. And if they have kids too, it's like it's a whole y'all gotta be on the lookout pretty much. Let's see. So I had to find my iron in other ways and sometimes eat organic meat a couple of times a week for my health. I don't have that issue anymore. You are correct. And I know that you made some videos back in the day where you were trying like impossible things, like the Impossible Burger. I remember you doing the Impossible Burger when it came out on in in what's that place? Burger King. You were in your car and you drove through the drive-through and you were taste testing the Impossible Burger. Do you feel like the Impossible meats? Because then there was that whole thing where the Impossible meats were not like they discovered that they were not that good for you and stuff. Do you Are you still into the Impossible stuff? Did you feel like you have made a mistake by trying that stuff? Because that became a really a big craze. Um, and then of course, like with anything, the news was like, "Oh, yeah, we just found out it's not as good as we thought. It's a lot worse than than not having it." I never tried the Impossible thing. It was just the most I did was in New York. I did like chicken tofu, and the crazy thing is that the chicken tofu really tasted like chicken. It tasted like chicken, but it felt the consistency of tofu. It's insane how they could make the consistency of tofu feel and look and taste like real beef and feel and look and taste like chicken. Miss View says, not those. No mistakes, but I eat the bean burger now. I don't like the taste of the Impossible Burger. They are better burgers that actually taste like meat. Yeah, I tried like the veggie burger. That was disgusting. I tried a few of those back in the day. That was like I'm not. So this sizzling, ladies and gentlemen, that you are hearing is the chicken getting its brown color. Okay, we don't like no pale ish around here. What is that? What is that bell? Oh, that's the okay. So I was trying to cut some corners today, and I did the rice in this view. I did it in a crock pot. No, in a rice cooker to help me a little bit because I have a lot of things going on today in this kitchen. Let's see. They have improved so much and it's easy to make. The beans and the mushrooms make a good burger and add some liquid smoke. Oh, yes, I did back in the day when I was doing my vegan thing and the whole nine. I I would do a nasty piece of portobello mushroom burger. I know all my friends used to look at me like I was crazy until they tried it from my house. And they were like, "Oh," and I would get the big portobello mushroom and then I will roast that. You put a little bit of olive oil, drop it in the oven, 375, for a couple of minutes or whatever, and then you use that as like your base of your like as if it was your meat, and that was your burger meat type of thing. And then of course you do your sauces and all that. Yeah, New York City, Miss View, uh, the size of your head, Hooks. New York City, New York City has like well, back in the day, when fucking uh, what was that thing? COVID came and closed everything down. But you could have there were like really nice vegan restaurants and really nice vegetarian places where you could just even the Sundays were vegan. So, like I was saying, people do the vegan thing for different reasons. I was doing it because I wanted to have my snatch, my glow, my energy. Plus, it was a craze, and it's like you go out to eat with friends, and it's like, oh, can I have the vegan menu, please? You know, if there was something going on, they would always be like, well, what does Juanki want to eat? Because we know he has a special diet. Like, yes, I have a special diet, and but the thing was that then I got with some really hardcore vegan people, and they were like, they do it for the animals, for every animal should be cared for and not killed, and why do this to the like there was like some really hardcore people. And I'm like, okay, I know y'all all about the animal rights and all that, but I'm really about just the health portion of it. I'm not really trying to do this for the. I'm doing this because of the belly, not because of no damn animal. You know what I'm saying? Like they were put on earth for a reason, you know? And you know what they say, once you kill a cow, you gotta make a burger, right? So out of my whole dish, what's gonna take the longest to cook is the beans because they have to be soft and good to the taste and the whole nine. The chicken is already browned. So once we brown the chicken, I'm browning the chicken. Once the chicken is browned, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the chicken and put the chicken in a separate pot, in a separate plate, I should say, because then I'm going to cook the shrimp, the broccoli. We move on. You hear that sizzling? That's the chicken coming out of the pan. In the same pan, Miss Viewers of you, you're going to. Oh, this just looks and this looks and I bet it tastes just amazing. The homosexuals of the sector will be so mad, will be so nasty and so rude when they see how good this looks. In the same pot, Miss View, at low heat, we're going to throw the broccoli. You hear the sizzle? We're putting the broccoli and we're putting the pepper. I put some peppers in there too. Some broccoli. We are going to put a little bit of olive oil, extra virgin olive oil on the broccoli, just a little bit, just a taste, just a little taste. Okay, you hear it sizzling. Okay, and then you're also going to put some of your seasonings. For this, I'm going to be using a little bit of Mrs. Dash, salt free. We try to eat salt free around here, just because there's other ingredients that are going to have the salt. So Mrs. Dash and a little bit of pepper, black pepper. I'm also going to hit it with a little bit of soy sauce in a minute, not a lot, because there's a lot of sodium in the soy sauce. You could get soy sauce. I want to hit it also with a little bit of garlic powder. Garlic powder is so good for digestion, cholesterol, all of that, and a little bit of water. So we're going to hit it with a little bit of water, a little bit of water, okay, so that it can almost steam in there. Cover it so it can steam. And I am going to go ahead and get the soy sauce. I'm using Kikoman. No preservatives added, traditionally brewed soy sauce. So I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of that soy sauce. So anyway, um, let's see here. Okay, let's just turn this around. I just felt like today I felt like, you know what? Hulk works so hard and he provides so well for me. We provide well for each other, but I was like, no, we're not going to order out, which we could. I could have Mexican here in 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Um, but there's something about a nice homemade meal. You know your ingredients. Like this broccoli is organic. You know, I know what I'm putting in there. The chicken is good. Like all of that. Like I know the kitchen. I know how I cooked it. So I'd rather do this instead. Castro Cannon, I'm not done with you. Even my cooking is better than yours. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? Even the cooking is better than yours. First of all, my nails are clipped. I use gloves. I've never seen Castro Cannon wear gloves when he's cooking. Okay? It's something about that, Miss View. When you rubbing meats and just dealing with it, I just feel like, first of all, seasoning could get underneath your nails, but I also feel like whatever you have in your skin and in your nails, and I just feel like particles of your like skin shavings could be going in there and the whole nine. Like, mm. Anybody who ever invites me and Hulk to their home to eat, y'all better be whipping out some gloves because all of a sudden I will not be hungry anymore. All of a sudden, oh, I'm on a special diet. Since when? Since right now. Drop a bomb on that. Since I saw you. Okay, since I saw you. I don't know how Orico Deontay Barber, the barber, won a competition around here. But then again, it's around here, right? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I came to work. I gave you my feedback and no cross contamination. Absolutely no cross contamination. Exactly. I gave you my feedback. Castro Cannon, your weak sauce, Castro Cannon, and this is not because they lumped you and left you for dead on your the grass in front of your home. That's not the reason why. But the reason why is because you know you came over here and you kissed the ring. You got on one knee. I presented the ring and you kissed it like the other homosexuals that have been read down to the ground by me. Okay? We don't believe you. Oh, if I need to say something to somebody, I'll say the name. That's not true, sir. Because you don't even mention Brian's name, and Brian be dragging you from here to Philadelphia back and forth. Okay, from here to Philadelphia back and forth, and you want to be liked, and I get it. I get it. I get it. You want to be liked. You have the stuttering thing, so that's and you feel this conscious about that. So I get it. I get it. I get it. At some point in your journey as a homosexual, you're gonna learn not to give a fuck. You know what I mean? You're gonna learn to really not give a f. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the broccoli, because you don't want to have soggy broccoli. The broccoli has reduced in size. That's one of the ways that you know that it's ready. It has reduced in size. As I'm looking at the broccoli, I'm also turning my beans. Oh yes, we multitask around here. You have to in the kitchen. You have to. Okay, so now I am going to drop some of the soy sauce up in there. Not a lot, but just a little bit to give it a little bit of color and taste. Okay, we got the soy sauce up in there, and we're also gonna drop the chicken up in there. The chicken has been dropped, and now we're going to just spin everything around. Take it out for a little spin, honey. That's what mother said. Take her out for a little spin, honey. Does anybody remember when mother said that? Incredible Hulk absolutely knows it because that was one of mother's most funny lives that Incredible Hulk still quotes to this day. Dig her up and take her out for a little spin, honey. Okay, so I am here. Okay, the soy sauce has taken, I'm not making it like the Chinese food restaurant where it's like all like soupy in that soy sauce. We don't want to do that because we still want to keep a level of healthiness to what we're doing over here. Okay, so just a little bit, and then you just let it sit and marinate in that at low heat while we wait for everything else to be made. We're waiting on the beans to finish doing its thing. All right, so I'm gonna cover the chicken and broccoli. It's officially chicken and broccoli, Miss View. It has the color, it has the scent, it has the look. I'm not tasting yet. I taste at the end before I serve because the last thing I want to do is serve my husband some not very good looking food. These beans, the beans are always what takes the longest. Let's see. Now for the beans, I'm gonna go ahead and taste. Let's give it a little taste, a little taste. You gotta blow on it. That's what Hulk said. You gotta blow on it and then mm-mm. Hey, Miss View, the beans, they're almost there. They're about 92% there. But when I eat them, I still feel them a little hard. The pumpkin, though, on the other hand, the pumpkin is ready to go. The key about the pumpkin is cut it in smaller cubes. You cut it in smaller cubes, it'll cook faster. Okay. Castro Cannon, I just threw a bone at you. Okay, when you're cooking, if you cut things in a smaller cubes, cook faster. That way you don't have to stand there with your paneling, okay, with your butter containers as cups and plates and things, the Tupperware from you know past recycled items. I do give it to you, Castro Cannon. You got the whole recycling, reuse, refuse, reuse thing down pat. You're about to reuse the Tommy after he physically attacked you. So who knew that it wasn't just the containers? You know, the butter containers and stuff like that. But it's a country club, the country club containers. It's not just the containers that he reuses. He's reusing his attacker. Drop a bomb on that. I could do this all night, Castro. Okay, get on my radar. But I'm gonna be a man about it. I'm gonna be diplomatic about it. You came over here and you kissed the ring. Not only did you kiss the ring, you backpedaled and pussy pop. Pussy pop, pussy pop, pussy pop, pussy pop, pussy pop. Backpedaled and pussy pop. Oh, he was taking some strong strokes, Miss View. Olympic size slow strokes. Backpedaling and pussy popping. Okay. I give him that. I give him that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what this has been, but it's been fun. The food is almost there. I am going to maybe I'll take a picture. I'm not too fine, Miss View. I'm taking pictures of like food and all that. I don't know. It's just something about it for me. For me personally, I don't feel like it. But the kitchen is a disaster. Drop a bomb on that. Miss View says, I still have a. I'm gonna read this. I still have a warm space in my heart with Castro. Castro, did you hear that? Because Miss View, he was giving you permission. He was allowing you, Miss View, giving you permission to be here. Okay? And he said to watch out because he may just be on his troll account in the skybox watching what people are typing. And then he said that I may just me, the content creator, that I may just read people's comments aloud and that will tell them, that will tell them. But we all know that Castro, he's not really going to be mad about anything. If Jay Wilson has been able to drag him for years, and Brian too, and he still holds a special place in their heart, in his heart for them. So ain't nobody concerned about how Castro feels. I'm just happy that Castro came through, pussy popped, figure skated, got down on one knee, kissed the ring, another homosexual, tacky homosexual in the sector that has kissed the Juanki Pro ring. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? It's about time you hoes learned. Okay? I'm going to leave it with this. She says, okay, Castro, drag me if you feel the need. Right. He lets Wilson talk major shit to him to his face. Exactly. But then I get the energy. You know what I'm saying? I get all this heat and all these things, but at the end of the day, he got down on his knee, backpedaled and pussy popped, figure skated right onto the knee, and kissed the ring. And that's all that matters. Another homosexual that learned that I'm not the one to fuck with came through with cookies and a glass of milk. Hi, neighbor. Oh, it was just a misunderstanding. It wasn't even about you. That's what it was. Anyway, I want to thank everybody that came through. I'm here to work. Mother said, get to work. Mother said, if y'all don't want this sector destroyed, okay, get to work. And I said, well, you know what? Let me put on my little apron. All right. I have a G-string underneath the apron, Miss View. Let me put on my little Nike dunks. Okay, high Nike dunks. Let me throw my angel wings, because y'all know I have that as a goal. Hashtag gay parade float, Juanki Pro, gold sneakers, some angel wings, okay, a G string on, all right. I want to be able to show the left and the right, Okay? And I'm just gyrating. I'm just producing the show. So thank you for being here. Trying to stay consistent. I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, I'm coming through tomorrow. Let's see if Castro makes a video. Yeah, I know he's gonna serenade you in the middle of the night. Then he's gonna make a video about the Tommy, you know, perhaps another video about Brian. Then a video about Jay Wilson and how he can't believe that they're doing this to him, and something that was so difficult for him. That whole thing is the whole production. It's the same script, different day, because it's not even a new cast. A new cast. All right, all right. I think he will do a video. Oh, okay, great. He won't tag me on it again. See, he won't tag me on it. I'm gonna tag him on this. As soon as I, have my dinner and everything, I'm gonna tag him on this, so that the algorithm does what the algorithm does. The incredible shrinking head will. Oh, Miss View. Oh, Miss View. I'm gonna leave this for tomorrow. But all kidding aside, Miss View, I just need to know if this is, and you don't have to answer now. This is gonna be discussion. Is it some type of medication to lose weight? The Moderna, the what are they? Moderna, Mojaro. Is it a medication to lose weight? Is it aging? Is it aging? Or is this some type of health concern? I saw Blue Wolf Phoenix Rising Resurrected posting a picture of Jay Wilson on his wall. And honestly, I didn't even want to say anything. I was like, wow. I was like, wow. So we'll discuss later on tomorrow. Um, I don't know if it's the Moderna look. I don't know if there's a serious health concern going on. And I wish, honestly, all joking aside, I wish that it's not a health concern. I wish that it's just him being vain, trying to lose as much weight as possible. Like, you're good now. You could stop. Like, y'all could stop with the majority. Like, it's done. Like, you lost a lot of weight. You're good. Like, now you're starting to look scary and worrisome. No exercise or salads. Yes, weight loss shots and Botox shots, just chemicals. Ah, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna drag him tomorrow. I'm gonna drag him tomorrow for looking like a Skeletor, due to the vainness of wanting to be thin and snatch at 50 something years old. Like, you should just be doing something else, sir. The children are not going to be looking for you. Maybe a Rico Deontay Barber, because he say he likes them old. But for the most part, the children ain't looking for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am here ready to plate so my husband and I can have this meal. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming through. I came to work. I came to work. Ms. Yu says he used coupons for the No, he really got Botox? Because I heard Blue Wolf Phoenix Rising talking about that. He really got Botox? Oh, I got to tell my Botox stories, Ms. View. I gotta tell my Botox stories. I got a whole bunch of Botox stories, down to the parties in New York City and everything. So that's gonna be the topic for tomorrow. All right, I'll see you guys later, Miss View. You have a good night. Yes, in his forehead. Wow, wow. Does he not realize that in order for Botox to really work, he should have started that shit like in his late 30s? That, like, you can't just the vainness of it all, just being vain. Because Botox or no Botox, Mark ain't want him anyway. Mark did not want him anyway. And if not, Mark ain't no, like, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, what kind of man is getting Botox in this sector? Like Jay Wilson is. Anyway, have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.